Hello my young friend, in this video I'm going to put together not one, not two, but in fact 3 TARDISes for your pleasure and entertainment. These TARDIs shall be fashioned out of 3 different types of material, namely plastic, I think it's plastic anyway, namely PVC, cardboard, and of course Superspace. Superspace? Jason, you say, what on earth is Superspace? Superspace is these really cool tiles that I got my kids for their 6th birthday. These are magnetic tiles that slot together, and you can have so much fun with them as you're about to see. Thank you to Superspace for sending me a bunch of these tiles so that I can have a go at making a full-size TARDIS. So the question is, can I make a TARDIS that I can stand up inside? But this video will not only be about the Superspace magic, I'm also going to be putting together a TARDIS play tent from 1982 and a cardboard retail shop stand whose instructions make it incredibly challenging to put together. Will I succeed? Stay tuned. First up, this delightful TARDIS tent. Look how retro is that. It's constructed from these sticks, 2 types of sticks, one like that and the other one like this. And over these sticks go this PVC tent. As you can see, there's a delightful window here, but do not get confused and forget where you are, because that can have the worst possible consequences. So you put together the framework at the bottom, and then you keep adding sticks and building it up until you get the whole framework in place. And then comes the tent with the inflatable TARDIS lamp on the top. If you don't mind, I prefer not to be watched while doing this. Push the thing down on the top, look at that, that's quite satisfying. And then, to be honest, it's quite a cumbersome and tricky process to put the whole thing on and to try and get it as straight as possible. Look at that. Shall we have a look inside? Let's have a look at this totally authentic TARDIS console. Fuel, helium, yes. Open, close. Absolutely. Imp. Yeah, the Doctor's never without an imp. Lunar contact. Suit fan. Who isn't? System A, System B, laser control, test monitor, and stab. Stab? What the hell is that? So there we are. Look at the quality of this. What do you think? I want to know down in comments which is your favourite TARDIS of the 3 in this video. And now I'm going to make a TARDIS out of Superspace tiles, which come in different shapes. This is a trapezium. I suspect we may not need this one for a TARDIS. If the TARDIS was hexagonal, that'd be perfect. We could put 2 of those together. But as it is, I suspect we're going to use mainly squares. This is a blackboard that you can add to the tiles, by the way, which is really cool. Don't know if we need the blackboard in the TARDIS, but still, we'll use these squares and these rectangles. So the question is, can I make a TARDIS that I can stand up inside? Let's make a prototype 40, if you will. We always start off with a piece on the floor. So we're going to make a very simple TARDIS here. I have to say, these tiles just fit together so nicely. It's just the right level of magnetic firmness and it being like too strong a magnet that you can't get apart. So here's our mini prototype TARDIS. I don't know what we're going to do for a thing on top. But so yeah, it's like, oh dear. Yeah, obviously these things, they will come apart if you press them too much, but they don't come apart that easily. One of my kids could stand up inside this and that'd be very nice as a TARDIS. But what we really want, and you can see that the door will open. It'll even hinge open like this, see, if you wanted to. Very cool. Ah, a gumball machine. Perfect. Can I make a TARDIS that is like this, but which is big enough for me to stand inside, and ideally with doors opening? Let's try expanding on this one then. Not sure how easy this is going to be. You see how this comes apart? It's very nice. And my children have come up with different uses for this. They're so creative. They've made a school, 2 different schools in fact, a secret den. We've done magic tricks as well, and also a maze, yeah. We've made lots of different mazes. By the way, some of these tiles have windows in them, or doors, depending on how you look at it. Can't really think of how we could use this in a TARDIS. No, but it's good to know, right? So, I mean, if I could make a TARDIS with a base that's this size, then that would be awesome. Can I actually make it tall enough for me to stand inside? I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know if this will work. Rectangles at the back. Let's just build rectangles all the way around. Might need to put some window rectangles at the back, because you won't see those anyway. Okay, can I make it double height? I'm not sure. So what can I do? Not sure. I've just realized I can't actually get out of here now. I'm kind of building up at the back here, but It's not going to go higher than this. It wouldn't be very stable. Actually, you know what? I could maybe use the trapezium. Could I use the trapezium? I could use the trapezium. Trapezium. What am I calling for a trapezium? I don't know. Where's the other trapezium? Are these trapeziums? I think they are. Whoa! Stop that. It's kind of TARDISy, isn't it? Now, if I can get a couple of squares here, okay. The more connections you can make at the corners, the more stable this becomes. And I want to make it clear, I'm really not necessarily suggesting you try this design at home. This is probably not an incredibly stable Superspace design, but it is fun. That wall there at the side is bending a bit, but it won't now. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. That is pretty cool. Let me give you a bit more of an overview of this. Yeah, I mean, it's not the least TARDISy thing you've seen ever, is it? Especially with... Actually, this could be trouble. Oh, I haven't got a roof on the top. I haven't put a square in there. I'm glad I didn't let go of that gumball machine. I could put a square in, and actually, it'll make it more stable. So I'm going to do that. I mean, one of the joys of Superspace is that once you've designed something, you can smash it down. That's the point of it. You smash it down and you try the new thing. So if this whole thing collapses when I open the doors, then that's fine. These tiles, by the way, are kind of made out of felt and kind of plastic, and the magnets inside are very childproof. Those aren't coming out anytime soon, which is nice. So what I'm going to do now is try and open this door. I'm going to take the gumball machine off. Which way does the TARDIS door open? Which side does it open? It's this side, right? Anyway, I'm just going to try and open it. Now the problem is these two bits are not connected, that and that, so this could be the problem. If you want to check these out for yourself and maybe buy some for your kids, or maybe, let's be honest, just for you, then you'll find my special referral code downstairs in the video description. Oh yes. This could start off a bit like a stable door, okay? Oh, hold on. Oh, it does actually work. It actually works. Look at my TARDIS. Thanks to the hollow nature of the trapeziums on top, I can actually stand up inside this. Whoa. What is next? It's this retail display. Now this took me quite a while to do. Here's why. I got these two bits out, and for some reason I was ludicrous enough to assume that these were the only two bits that I had, and I had to make the whole stand from these two bits. So this puzzled me for quite a while. I was thinking, is this really it? Is that the whole retail stand? I'm sure it was more impressive than this when I bought it on eBay. I actually bought this on eBay several years ago. I kind of bought it to make a video for you and just never got around to it. And so it's great to make this triple TARDIS treat for you today. After quite a lot of thought, I suddenly thought, actually there's more to it than this, isn't there? And then my next thought was, okay, let's find the other bit. Here we go. Now this is much more like it, isn't it? Let's get this opened up and see what's inside it. Yes, look, actual printed TARDIS and logo. I finally found the instructions, which were in that container there. The instructions are actually part of the retail stand as well. So let's do this first bit. This thing is big. It is indeed. This bit has to open up. I had it the wrong way up, as it turns out. This bit caused me a bit of confusion and consternation. This particular kind of reinforcing cardboard flap took me a while to figure out until I did this. Yes, that really was the revelation. And now came the really hard bit. Putting that bit into the TARDIS. You'll see in a minute why it has to kind of line up with these doors, these kind of panels rather, in the TARDIS that actually have to open up so you can put things into them. But this is tricky, yeah, this took a bit of work. Because when you open these doors, the shelves inside have to kind of line up. And as you can see, I wasn't initially very impressed with my own efforts. But after a bit of argy-bargy, and the use of a very professional tool, namely a plastic sword, I managed to figure it out how to get it all to line up, at least to a reasonably decent standard. Then came this bit. This bit goes on the top and it holds it more in place. So I put that bit in. I didn't bore you with that bit. This took a while to figure out, but it was pretty easy really. Actually, the hardest bit was that the instructions were on the actual lid, but they were still on top, so that's good. you just had to put these kind of tabs into the slot. Not incredibly easy to put in, but once they do go in, oh my goodness me, it was satisfying. Look at that. That just looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, look at me, pleased with myself. And then the top of the TARDIS goes on. I mean, there's no lamp on top, but, you know, we can forgive it that, can't we? And this was so satisfying to put on. I'm going to show you the last corner that went in, complete with the authentic sound effect, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. Here we go. Oh, how pleasurable is that? Now that I've got it all set up, of course, I want to put as much media into it as possible. Let's try a few different types. VHS there. There's a lovely key to time set. Let's try some Target books. Shove those in. Beautiful. And of course, we should also try some DVDs, which also fit in a right royal treat. But here's a puzzle. Does this Doctor Who The Collection box set fit in? Almost. But no cigar. Look at that. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because look at the beauty of this. Isn't it gorgeous? Let me know in comments. What do you think? What's your favourite of the 3 TARDI in this video?
Now, which of these TARDIs shall I depart in? I think it's pretty obvious. The one I can stand inside. So please like and subscribe. I may not see you for some time, but I shall be back. Oh yes, I shall come back. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Now, what would be the best thing here would be if I'd figured out how to make the TARDIS dematerialise in the edit. I haven't, so let's do the next best thing.